Hello friend, welcome back to the Noble Motherhood channel. I am so glad that you have clicked on video number 3 for the new mom series. And if you are new here, again, my name is Hope. I am a wife and mom of 3 little boys, and I am so thankful to be able to pour into you. If you're a new mom, have a baby already, maybe you're a second-time mom, but I want to just jump right into this 3rd video of the new mom series. So 9 tips to prepare for your postpartum. I hold such a special place in my own heart for the postpartum journey because it's a journey. It's not just that first 3 months after you give birth. It literally is that first 9 months to a year after your baby is born that you are walking through one of, if not the biggest outside of marriage, but like getting married, the biggest change that a woman will go through in giving birth and establishing who she is in this new role of motherhood. And I have such a special place in my heart for women who are walking through postpartum or about to, because my own postpartum experience with our first son was very difficult. And since that point, my postpartum experiences have been so much more peaceful with the more children that we've had. So once again, I am a mom of 3 little boys. I've been through this 3 times. And by the time our 3rd son was born, that was by far my most peaceful postpartum experience. So I know with certainty that it is possible to have a restful, joy-filled postpartum. I know that for a fact. So you can trust the things that I say. And I want you to take to heart these 9 tips that I'm about to share with you that will really set you up for success during that first initial 2 to 3 months postpartum. All right, so let's dive right into this 3rd video of the new mom series. So postpartum, what is the best advice that I can give you on how to prepare while you're still pregnant? And I want to preface it in saying that I have my handy dandy notes on my screen here, but everything I'm about to share with you is from the free guide that I created for brand new moms. And this free guide is available in the box below. Just go ahead, click the link. It will direct you to noblemotherhood.com, and you will be able to have immediate access to this free 11-page guide for new moms. All right, so let me go ahead and start here. The first tip that I have for you is that most women do have a meal train that is set up for them after giving birth. And it is lovely to have something like that. If you do not, or maybe you're not sure if that's going to be set up for you, I would highly encourage you to ask a family member, a friend, someone from your church, possibly, if they would be willing to set a meal train up for you if you're uncertain if that's going to happen. A meal train will really aid you in that first couple of weeks after giving birth when your world will be upside down for quite a bit. Meals are such a gift, and I would not underestimate the power of having a meal provided. So, on top of any meals that are given to you by family and friends, I want you to determine how many more meals or snacks you want to prepare for yourself to have in your cupboard, in your freezer. All right. Would you like to have 1 to 3 weeks of meals in your freezer? What's a realistic amount that you can prepare in advance while you're pregnant? So my best suggestion for meal planning for postpartum is to come up with a couple of breakfast options, come up with maybe a few soups or stews. And you can come up with a couple of casserole dishes or pasta dishes that you can tuck away in your freezer. And I am telling you with certainty that this is a absolute blessing to you on the days when you will need a meal that's ready to go because you're exhausted and you do not have the capacity to make something yourself in your kitchen. So I want you to think about that first thing. Maybe you need to write it down right now, is how you can prepare some meals ahead of time and put away in your freezer. Okay, the second thing is I want you to create a chore list for your spouse and or your family members so that clear communication is set up for whoever is taking care of the other household chores. Because I tell you with honesty, in that the first couple of weeks after you give birth, you will be out of commission. All right, just say goodbye to all of the household tasks, all of the chores, and you're going to be focusing on your baby. It is your job to keep baby alive, and it's everyone else's job to keep you alive during those first couple of weeks postpartum. So creating a chore list while you are pregnant will really help limit the extra stress, either between you and your spouse or between you, your spouse, and other children in your home. All right, number 3 is I want you to make a visible list for family and friends who will be willing to help you out on the days that you're really going to need help. Make a list and put it on your cupboard, or make a list and put it in your calendar on your phone of people that you know you can call or text in a moment's notice when you really just need some encouragement or you need someone to show up and be there with you. And having those conversations before you give birth will help the people that you're thinking about to be mindful of walking hand in hand with you during that first month postpartum, really. All right. Number 4 is I want you to prepare a postpartum basket for your bathroom and a bedside basket in your bedroom that contains all the essentials needed so that it limits your movement around the house. All right, so let's talk about, if you're a first-time mom watching this and you're pregnant, you're going to want a postpartum basket in your bathroom with all of the things that you will need in there that first 2 weeks postpartum. So we're talking about throwaway underwear for you. We're talking about Tux pads. We're talking about regular heavy-duty pads. We're talking about your perineal bottle. We're talking about a perineal spray that's going to be very healing for you. All of those things need to go in like a basket or under your cupboard that you can pull out. Everything's in the basket and you can pull out in the bathroom so that it's just much more easier to take care of yourself when you need to go to the bathroom. All right, and then the bedside basket is something that I always have on the side of my bed during those first couple of weeks postpartum. Because I'm in bed so much with baby, it makes being in bed with baby so much more sweeter. If I have magazines, a journal, lip balm, tissue, extra water bottles, snacks out the wazoo, all tucked in this basket by our bed, so that anything I really need is kind of just like right there, especially extra snacks and extra water bottles. All right, so we're going to be moving on to preparing a good amount of snacks before your baby is born. Whether these are store-bought, pre-made, or frozen, and this goes back to the meal planning. This may not be you, and that's totally fine. You may just want to buy your snacks from the store and tuck them away in your cupboard. highly suggest doing that those last few weeks before you potentially give birth, is buy your favorite protein bars, buy your favorite granola bars, buy your healthy snacks that will give you sustained energy. Pistachios are great, any type of nuts, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, protein bars. What else have I had? Oh, I love Justin's almond butter, especially the chocolate one. Oh my goodness, I love that one. Electrolyte packets, which I talked about in the previous, the first video. Being pregnant is how important it is to be drinking electrolytes all the time during pregnancy and during postpartum. Number 6, moving onward, is ensuring that you have a large water bottle and electrolyte powder to mix into your water. An Element is my absolute favorite. All right, number 7 is to purchase or make for yourself a postpartum encouragement cards. I love this one. Friends have done it for me. I've done it for myself. That you can read in bed while you're nursing or changing your baby's diaper. For example, we've always had my dresser as the baby's changing table. So while I'll be changing baby's diaper, I'll have like scripture verses on my wall, or little encouragement cards on my wall, so that I am being fueled up spiritually and emotionally while I'm just changing my baby's diaper. It's a great way of having some spiritual nourishment in the thick of postpartum. Okay, number 8 is one of my absolute best tips for you, friend, is to start to embrace that slower pace of life now while you're in 3rd trimester. And 3rd trimester, it's a hoot because I say slow down, but you like literally have to slow down during your 3rd trimester. Embrace that during that last bit of pregnancy. Embrace the God-given design of pregnancy that requires you to slow down, because this shift is going to tremendously help in preparing you for postpartum that's often quiet and more inner focused. And I know that today's purpose of this video is to not go into this, but the world has its own definition of what postpartum should look like. But I am telling you, as a friend from a distance, that postpartum is supposed to be quiet. It is supposed to be restful for mom and healing for mom, and mom should have the ability to say no to a lot of things. And mom should have the ability to be okay with the limitations that are before her, because she just had a baby. And she should be able to have that sacred and pure and beautiful time with her baby that she'll never get back. It will never happen again unless you have another baby. But truly, like, that time with that specific baby, your son or daughter, you'll never get back. And I believe with all of my heart that postpartum anxiety and postpartum depression, a lot of those two things are hormonal for sure. But I also believe that a lot of it is due to the pressures that mom puts on herself from the world and what the world is telling her that her postpartum journey should look like. So sit in the slower pace of life and soak in the beauty of what postpartum should look like. All right, last one is, if you plan on breastfeeding your baby, take a breastfeeding course and start to familiarize yourself with the knowledge that will be needed to feed your baby with ease and joy. And then this is a huge one. If you're a brand new mom and you do not know this information, if you have insurance, I highly suggest that you call your insurance company, tell them you're pregnant, expecting, And most insurance companies give mom a free breast pump. And so you can check that out yourself, but that's just a little small tip that I'm gonna send your way. So I hope that these 9 tips start you in the direction of how to prepare for postpartum. There are so many more things that I dive into in preparing for postpartum that are included in my 30-page ebook that I created. It's called Thriving in Your Postpartum. It is available right now on our website for $20. The starting point was $30, so you get $10 off there. And if you go ahead and just click the link in the box below, you can have immediate downloadable access to that postpartum ebook that I created. And I would love to be a part of serving you in your postpartum journey. So again, thank you for being with me during this 3rd video of the series, and I will see you in number 4. Bye.